Hello everyone. Let's study about the principle of a capacitor. Now, it says that the capacitance of a conductor, which basically means a capacitor, is increased when an uncharged conductor whose outer surfaces is earthed is brought near it. So, it becomes clear when you do what it means here. To understand this, let's take a case where we have a single conductor which is charged. Let us call this conductor as conductor A. Suppose let's assume that this conductor contains on it positive charges. Let's take some point here. Let's take a point P on this conductor or very close to conductor. Suppose imagine that the potential in this conductor is 15 volt, rough value 15 volt. Recall that Q is equal to C into V or C is equal to Q by V. Now keep in mind that we cannot put more charges on the capacitor because it will start to leak into the atmosphere. So the capacity is limited. You can think of this like a water tank. So the amount of water that the tank contains is limited. If this is like a 500 ml 500 liter water tank, this tank cannot hold more than this water. You can think that as its capacity. In this case, what happens is, since we have a capacitor, it can't hold beyond a given charge. But still we want to put more charge onto this capacitor. So from this expression, the only way we can do it is to decrease V. Because if V decreases, then mathematically C should increase. That's the principle here. And to do that, we can't decrease V randomly. So we bring next to it one more conductor plate called as conductor B. Now since conductor B is neutral, by the process of charging by induction, since the capacitor or the plate A contains more of positive charge, this would induce minus charge on this side, because of which this other side would have positive charge. Now here keep in mind that the conductor B as a whole is still neutral only. Nothing has been changed here. It is just charge redistribution. Look at point P now. At point P, both the charges from this side and this side will contribute. So at point P now the potential will decrease. It is early 15 volt. It will decrease now because this is contributing to the potential, and since this side contains minus charge, it will decrease the potential, but there is plus charge on this side. So the potential now is decreased, but we want to decrease it further. Keep in mind that since this side contains negative charge, the potential at the point P would decrease. We want to still decrease further. For example, think now it becomes 14 volt. What you can do here is we can connect this to the earth. It's called earthing. We'll do the next chapter. We saw in the earlier classes that earth is a big reservoir of charges, and for the earth the potential is 0. So by connecting this plate to the earth's surface, since the earth's potential is 0 and this is positive, electrons will start to flow. Keep in mind that electrons only can flow, not the positive charge. Electrons will flow like this. But by convention, the flow of current or charges is taken as positive charge to flow only. That is because people knew earlier that the materials contains positive and negative charge. But people earlier thought that the current or whatever effect is seen, it is because of the positive charge only. People believed that the positive charge will start to move, not the negative charge. But these are not true now. Now we know that the positive charge is at the center of the nucleus and electrons move around it. So the motion of the current or whatever is only because of the motion of the electrons, but conventionally people thought that plus charge will move. That's why now also books retain the same convention, but the basic idea is electrons only move. Electrons are moving here, but I told you by convention we don't take this, because by convention we take the plus charge to move, but practically or physically what happens is the electrons are motion. Now these positive charge will move from here to here, which means this side will have no more of charges as given here. So this side will have no more of charges, because of which the potential here will further decrease, because earlier this was increased potential here. So minus charge was decreasing it and plus was increasing it. But since the plus is removed, the potential at the point P will decrease further, because the effect of this is gone now. So it may become like say 12 volt. So the potential has decreased from 15 to 12 volt. So as seen earlier, if V decreases, C would increase, and this is called as principle of a capacitor. So the capacitance of a conductor is increased when an uncharged conductor whose outer surface is earth is brought near it. But the basic point is when V decreases, C would increase.